All right. Thanks for joining us. We're here with head coach Kyle Smith ahead of the road trip to the Bay Area this weekend to face Stanford Thursday and Cal Saturday. If you have questions, please use the hand raise action and we'll get to you. We'll get started with Jamie Vinnick from Cougs Fan.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Great.
So I guess kind of the first question for you, with DJ back in the fold, I mean, how much does that kind of change the way you can build the roster going into next year and maybe even sell some other guys, either recruits or returning players like, hey, we've got this guy back. That kind of changes our outlook.
Yeah, I think it was just important. We've talked about their team is like, although we had these, some tough breaks with the physical health and really tough schedules, like our staff said, hey, retention's everything for Washington State. And if it's not, it's not. We'll adjust. Like I said, I think we still put together a good roster last year, but that's not what we should be about. And so I think having a guy like DJ that's been here 4 years, wants to do it another fifth year and kind of embody that's huge. I've had other discussions with other guys already that feel comfortable that there's a good chunk that are already ready to roll. I don't know if they want to make a announcement when they feel comfortable. I mean, maybe that's what we need to do moving forward. But I feel like and some guys are going to pursue, maybe look at some pro opportunities. Obviously, Muhammad being the most obvious one, and probably positioned best to make that move. But a guy like I feel like TJ he'll be back unless something happens. But just building that core of guys and really haven't talked to Jabe or Justin, but I feel like they would be guys that would be probably coming back and just kind of building from there. And I think it does, like we said, help build some momentum. And so we can have a good spring and summer a little bit. Like I knew there'd be a little late developing team because we had to put it together on the fly in your select. So if we have a good core of guys that are committed to really making that next jump, I think that really DJ's kind of the first starting point. He's a senior. So he wants back in, and let's see what we can do.
You mentioned Mo. Just kind of, have you guys kind of had those talks yet about what his next steps may be? I mean, is he entertaining the possibility of coming back, or is he pretty set on going?
You know what? I think it's going to be what the NBA says. I don't think he needs to try out for him anymore. He's got a firm resume. He did the test the waters. They got all the measurements. They put him in the other stuff, and I think he's proven enough. In my opinion, I think that he should have some kind of guarantee at some level. And it depends what it is. Is it similar to what CJ got? Or, is he, first round? It depends what's best for his future. But maybe he's not, on some of these mock drafts, he's not there and people are saying it's better the next year, but it'll be an informed decision and what's best for him. But he's starting to blossom here. And, I don't know if the long-term benefit, it might be benefit him to come back. I don't know, but it's up to him. We'll support him whatever he does. And like I said, he owes us nothing as far as that. He's been a great ambassador for the school, great player. He's a better person, all that, I promise you. It's part of the deal is you're kind of managing their individual careers while putting the team together. So it's a different skill set, but something you got to be on top of.
Do you feel confident, though, that if he doesn't go to the NBA, that he won't raise everyone's blood pressure and enter the portal again?
He said he wouldn't, so I think he will, but you never know. It's not. There's other factors involved, but I feel comfortable that at least he needs to have something in case he doesn't like what the NBA feedback is, and I think he's real comfortable here, he really. I mean, I see him and Ben Olsen pal around all day, all over the place and stuff like that. So he's embraced it. And I think, like I said, every day you put into Pullman a little more, you appreciate it a little more. And I think the basketball situation is good. I know we're 13 and 15, but these guys really like each other. They're getting better. We just haven't been healthy, and it's not always like that, So I think we've got something special. And DJ, hopefully DJ started the ball rolling.
Do you have any update on AD?
Still, it's a hand deal. It's day to day. I think it's one of those things that the hands are so sensitive, and especially playing, being able to block shots and grab rebounds, big part of his game. If that's not right, that's going to be playing one hand is going to be a little tricky here. I think Jack has done a good job. Is ready to, especially against the bigger, bulkier teams like Stanford's going to. They crushed us on the glass last game, and and then Team and a guy like Team and a Cal, like, so we're going to see some big bodies. So hopefully Jack's did a great job. And if we needed him more, I felt really comfortable. We could play him more against Oregon. But he's +3 in his 2 minutes or minute. I said, won the game by 3 with Jack out there. Coach Shaw was trying to get Mo back in there. I said, we're up 5. We're up 5 with Jack. Let's see how long he can go. But they feel good about both those guys, and we'll get AD back, gives us a little more depth too.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
All right. Thanks, Jamie.
All right, and we'll give access to Colton Clark from the spokesman.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
It's going great.
Do you think Mo, during this recent stretch last month or so, you think he's playing its, best ball of his career right now?
Absolutely. I think he is so much better than he was. Yeah, that turnover tsunami somewhere in there earlier in the season, and it was getting comfortable. We really didn't play through him last year, which is a freshman, and probably, we still had FA. We had Deshaun as low post guys, and Mo had moments, but learning to be a team's featured guy is something he's never done. Even like his high school team was so talented. You see this guys, there's Jordan Pope, there's Bona, there's Nate Biddle, there's kid that's at SMU, Uzan. He just had this. So he was just, now he's being featured, which is how you develop. And that's what, when people say, why'd you choose Washington State? I say, I want to be featured. I want to get better. I want to be a guy that can carry a team. And he's done that and then some. So, he's just, I think, handling the ball in every possession, or most every possession, has really helped him grow. We post him in low post, we play him at the elbow, we play him in the high post, and he is kind of our de facto point guard. And I heard the announcer say, we don't have a point guard. I said, do we not have a point guard? Or do we have 5 point guards? It's kind of the deal. We kind of share the ball, and we got everyone can, like, from Andre to Justin to Jabe to Bamba. I'll exclude Rodman's not a point guard, but everyone else has the big hand in it. And Rodman's really good.
On a related note, do you think as a team you're playing at, your most competitive and maybe complete ball of the season right now?
Felt that way. That Oregon win was a really good win for our program, in the sense that, man, we played really well against Oregon State. I think we played really well against Washington. We just didn't shoot the ball well, but that was really, that be able to win game when you didn't shoot it that well is great. And Washington proved they went and beat Oregon. They're good. And then Oregon really needed that game. Everyone needs games, but they're really they're on the right side of the bubble going into their week, and needed that one. And it would have been a quad 1 for them, I think. Or now we're quad 1. We flipped some guy. I think we're 75, right? I think we're 75. So that gives, like, all right, Utah just picked up a quad 1 win, and UCLA picked up another one. But they needed, they need wins, and their net's high, and they played a really tough schedule. So, and we took a good shot we got up 10. I had a chance to kind of really separate a little bit, and they came back and headed us. And then it was really good for our program to make some big plays to win it, stops and scores, and some we couldn't do 2 months ago for sure, or hadn't been able to do.
Maybe excluding Mo, would you say Justin's made the biggest jump among individual players since the start of the season?
I think so, because just his consistency would probably, in the average fan doesn't know, he's become a good two-way player. He defensively, whether it was missed time or not his role, and he missed like 5 months where he couldn't do anything with an injury. He's got pretty quick feet. He can guard, and we're good defensively. He's in the game because he rebounds and he can keep people in front. And he's gotten better, and his commitment to getting pretty responsible human being, which I like, even keel. And I'd say that's fair to say that. I think that's pretty accurate. And Andre's, even though Andre's, he's just playing on a bad toe, but his playing Rodman and Andre together, I think we've been able to, just their experience, that's helped us a lot.
How affected has Bomba's offense been by the hand?
He'll tell you not at all, but I imagine it probably is. But I want him to stay in that mindset that no one's betting on himself more than TJ Bamba, and that's what I love about him. That's what attracted him here to the first place. And he is not an excuse maker. He's just not gonna give himself an out. He's playing compromised, and he was shooting the ball so well early in the season, the whole summer. It's still in there, and he didn't shoot it well last game, but he still made a huge layup. He's still, he's been a tremendous defender on like guys like Richardson and Pope. So he's could be more proud of a guy giving it up for the team.
I remember us talking, before the season, unsure of maybe a team identity, got to figure it out with new look pieces, but it seems like you guys have won games in different ways. And what would you say from the start, and kind of in short, what do you think your team identity has become?
Well, it's what we try to avoid. It's wrapped up in shooting. We shoot the ball well, we're pretty good. But what I think this team's identity is their closeness. They play together well on both sides of the ball. And lately our rotation shrunk a little bit. But those older guys kind of know where each other are, both, offensively and defensively. They help out each other. And it's hard to learn as a first year guy. And Kamani played well last game, just didn't play a lot. He's learning. And I think it's part of that transition. Dylan's been great when he's played, and I hate to give him a DNP, but that's life, man. He's been great, and like he did a great job in Pope and that stuff, and getting the younger guys. And Carlos has been a guy that's been good for us and had taken DNPs, but those 6 guys have been pretty good together. Jabe, Kamani, Dylan, Carlos, and AD or Jack have kind of been in that tough spot of being able to having to spot guys. But the identity's been, I think they're willing to share the ball. They're willing to help out each other both defensively, and we got to make sure we haven't been, and we've been horrible on the road. We haven't been good enough on the road, so been really good at home. We were the opposite last year, which is really bizarre.
I guess on that, could you just talk a little about the Bay Area trip and what you see and how Stanford and Cal maybe have changed a little bit since last time, what you got to do to keep it going here?
Yeah, I mean, I think Stanford, when we played them going in that game, I think they were 0-7 in the league. Is that possible? And just a testament how they had the tough end of the schedule, and how I think the top in the middle of the league is really balanced. I think Stanford's got some really good talent. They're well coached. They won 5 in a row after they nearly beat us. We were very fortunate on that last possession, and did surprise me that they swept the Oregons, whatever. I can't remember what they did in there, but they had good 5-game run. I think they played really well against UCLA at UCLA. So they beat us up. They're big, they're strong. So we have to find a way to play better on the road, and better than we did at home. I mean, we won by 1. We're very fortunate. They're going to be better on their home floor. We didn't have Bamba, but that'll help us significantly. Just, another strong body. That's what we were lacking a little bit. And hopefully that'll help us just to fight the fight. But they're so big and strong, and they're there. And then Cal, obviously they've had some struggles, but I really haven't seen them since then. And they were playing pretty well when they came up here, and they had Washington beat after us, I think, right? And lost in overtime. They've had some hard luck. That Arizona State down late, and couldn't get that one, under the belt. So we'll see what happens. But our focus is just trying to get right Thursday and play better. You got to play well to win on the road. We have not. We've got a tough road schedule, but we have not been. We were just better last year on the road. I don't know what to tell you.
Thanks a lot. Good luck down there.
All right, thanks.
Any final questions for Coach? All right, we'll let him get out of here. Thanks for your time.